Every user in MySchool has a profile. It's the same for the students. It can be a great way to check enrollment details, assessment contributions, and other important stats connected to the student. Depending on your school structure, most teachers will have the view rights only. This may be restricted to certain key tabs as well. In this video, we will cover all the tabs available on a student profile so you can understand what is available and how the information is controlled. Let's open a profile. The tabs may be named differently and ordering may be different on your systems. Here we see the student's picture if it has been uploaded. And we can see that the student is an active student as it's showing their class for this year. You can also note that there are 3 alert icons: Has Medical, Has IEP, and Has Legal. You will see these icons in other tools such as the course diary and LMS pages. An important point to note is that if there is no class showing, this may mean that the student has a class enrollment issue. We advise you to contact your super administrator for help. The only mandatory fields needed for a student profile are the name, date of birth, and class enrollment. Let's look at the first tab, Particulars. We can see the demographic information for this student. There are fields for the common name and legal name. Note that the common name is the searchable name in all of the features within MySchool. The legal name may be used for grade reports and transcripts if configured to do so. Then we see the gender, the age, and birthday, along with the city and country of birth. The ID passport field can be renamed to adapt to your local needs. If you wish to store passports only, we can change the labelling here. The nationality is shown as well as the ethnicity, which is an optional field for profiles depending on country requirements. Underneath this, we have the languages spoken and a general comment field. Now, moving to the Contact tab, we see here the guardians are listed with their relationship type and the various permissions. When using announcements, note that if we select Main Guardians, we will only select the guardians that have this box checked in this table here. If you select All Guardians, then it will include everyone that is in the list. You can see siblings if they are enrolled in the school, and in most cases, teachers will not have access to user data, i.e. the guardians, but by clicking on the eye icon, you can still access their contact details in case of emergency. We can see the primary email address of the student and the secondary email field. In various cases, you can add the guardian email to this secondary email field, which means there will always be in copy once you send a communication to a student. Depending on how your school orders their data, the student can have their own address or be made part of a household and share the address of the guardians. They can also have their own independent phone number, which is just for the student. There is an information field which can be used to store information for contact purposes. It avoids creating multiple contacts. The IEP tab is activated with the IEP module, and we can see who has been attached as a mentor and view the published IEPs. This may not be available for all educators. The Health tab contains all information that you need. Using questionnaires, guardians can update new vaccines, new conditions, and allergies. If you have a nurse or a medical room, then you can see the details here if the student has visited it. A great tip for events or field trips is to download the medical information as a PDF and store it on a mobile device if you're outside of school for the day. It is from this tab that a medical alert flag can be added to the profile. Now, on the Legal tab, information can be shared here if there are any legal concerns over guardianship, for example. It also lists the consents given for the student. The Legal alert is activated from this tab as well. The Enrollment tab shows the current and previous year enrollment details for both class and courses. If you see a green line, then this means that the student has not yet been enrolled and is a future starter, whereby a red line indicates the student has been withdrawn from the course or class in question. You can also see the previous schools that they attended and organisation membership across the years inside of your school. The Assessment tab is a great way for teachers to get a snapshot of grades given for that student in any particular year. A good trick for parent-teacher events. The grade shown is the primary grade. It is configured from subject specifications. It is designed to show a numerical value showing a total or an assignment average, or the most important grade for that grading period. If you click on the number, you get full detailed breakdown of all assessments and assignments during that term period. You can also download previously published grade reports from here as well. The timetable page shows the schedule of the student and has the same functionality as the My Schedule view as well. The Monitoring or Behaviour tab, again, is a great way to get a snapshot on a student's attendance and behavioural monitoring events. Click on the blue month and a more detailed breakdown of attendance stats will be shown. Click on the green event counter for more details of the event. If you wish to understand how these attendance stats are calculated, please check out the facts section of our knowledge base. The notes section here are split into two categories, sensitive and general. Both are controlled by separate permissions. It's a great collaborative tool used in the LMS system and can help share insight and comments from all educators attached to the student. The File tab on a student profile contains uploaded files and is only visible for staff admin users. It does not share files with the student. That functionality is controlled by the My Files menu header. We can activate the Bus tab in your instance, and it will show the various bus routes that the student is taking during that week. Staff may be assigned as coordinators to these bus lines. Again, if you are a boarding school and have activated the Boarding tab, you can see details relating to status, house, and transportation. In the Others tab, this is where we can create custom fields used to hold ad hoc information requested by the school. We also have 3 regional tabs for our Ontario clients, British Columbian clients, and Maltese schools. The ONSYS tab will hold details used to generate their provincial mandatory reports. The BC tab has information used in tracks and PSR modules. In the DQSE tab, Maltese schools will have information relating to the school leaving certificate issued in grade 11 or former Form 5. All of these tabs are controlled by permissions. If you need to access information and cannot see this on the student profile, then please discuss this internally with your MySchool super user. Our team will help build custom security groups. There may be a need for certain teachers to have extended rights and maybe edit functions. We are more than happy to advise your institute on the possibilities available.